Welcome to this week's Security Report. I'm Felicia Valenzuela. Thanks for joining us. We begin with news from the University of Guyana. Classes in full operations at the university will resume on Monday, February 11th, 2019. The Turkine campus was forced to close its doors to the public and students for the remainder of this week to enable a comprehensive assessment following a bomb threat. The threat was made 2 consecutive days this week. The university, via press release, said that officers of the police force and the fire service conducted a thorough search of the campus on Wednesday afternoon, February 6th. No explosive of any kind or suspicious object was found during the search. It says the closure of the campus will enable the administration, staff and student leaders to review the situation and enhance preventative and responsive measures for such threats. In an update to that story, the Guyana Police Force on Thursday afternoon arrested the daughter of People's Progressive Party Region 5 campaign manager Faisal Jafar Ali following the 2 bomb threats to the University of Guyana Turkine campus. According to reports, Diane Jafar Ali was arrested at her place of employment and escorted to the Criminal Investigations Department for questioning. The eradication of corruption is high on the coalition government's agenda, so says Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs Basil Williams. The minister made these remarks during an anti-corruption sensitization seminar in Mabaroom in Region 1.
We are implementing legislation to combat corruption. We have implemented and will continue to implement so that you will know the devastating effects of corruption and ensure that corruption does not stymie our development. Our government, the APNU AFC, has zero tolerance against corruption.
The Attorney General underscored the importance of understanding what corruption is and how it adversely affects society.
Therefore, such corruption impoverishes people and the nation. Such corruption leads to the erosion of public confidence in the government, as citizens will no longer want to trust state institutions. It also affects our financial institutions, such as banks, and deters investors.
In news from the Guyana Police Force, traffic ranks stationed at the Bartica Police Station on Thursday conducted exercise where they distributed over 100 traffic aids and flyers to motorists, pedestrians and pedal cyclists. The ranks also took the opportunity to interact with motorists, enlightening them on the safe use of the road. Pedestrians were reminded and guided on how to use the pedestrian crossing, as well as encouraged to wear bright-colored clothing at nights when using the roadways. They were also reminded of the curb drill, which is a set of precautions taught to children. Look right, look left, and look right again before crossing the roads. Ranks of D Division West Demerara East Bank Essequibo also conducted a similar exercise, this time via lectures with students and teachers of the St. Lawrence Primary School located in St. Lawrence Village, 5 miles south of Parika along the east bank of Essequibo. Topics discussed included appropriate color of clothing to wear at nights when using the roadways, the curb drill and cyclists' use of the roadways. Students were also urged to desist from getting on or off a moving vehicle and to never ride more than 2 abreast. The lectures were conducted by Lance Corporal 22301 Leong and Constable 24404 Barrow. A total of 77 students and 5 teachers were in attendance. Also on Thursday, Minister of Natural Resources Raphael Trotman visited the Madi Police Station and handed over 2 plants to the acting subordinate officer in charge, Corporal 18530 Wilson, to be planted in the compound of the station. The handing over of the plants is in keeping with the government's 3TP, 10,000 trees planting project, which was launched in 2017. The minister also used the time to interact with the ranks of the station, inquiring from them what was needed at the station.
Workers that let him doing some work there, and on completion of that, they will be over here.
Inspector C. Hook, Sergeant Moore and Corporal Bransford, accompanied by Pastor Gomes of Cops and Faith Community Network, visited the home of 32-year-old murder victim Cedric Williams. Williams, a laborer of Foulmouth Village, Essequibo River, was allegedly murdered by a male occupant of the same address. The inspector, after offering a prayer which was done by Pastor Gomes, assured the family of swift justice for their loved one and urged them to be strong during this time. Investigations revealed that deceased Williams, the suspect, and the suspect's sister were imbibing at the landing when an argument erupted between Williams and the suspect over a criminal act the suspect committed in 2009. It is reported that the suspect became annoyed and fatally stabbed Williams in the neck with a knife and fled the scene. Williams was taken to the Bartica Regional Hospital where he was pronounced dead on arrival. On Wednesday, February 6, Superintendent Wendy Hare and his management team at the Fort Wellington Police Station facilitated a consultation with businessman Naramjan Singh of number 41 Village Quarantine with ranks of number 3 Subdivision West Babis. Mr. Singh was acting on behalf of the members of the community, met to discuss the displeasure of the public with the attitude of members of the police force whilst on duty. Among the topics discussed were police ranks exercising courtesy to members of the public, police showing respect to members of the public, and officers being role models and treatment of drivers. Police communications say the session was very interactive. News from the Ghana Defence Force now. The captain of the visiting French naval vessel, Larry Salou, has paid a courtesy call to GDF Inspector General and Acting Chief of Defence Staff, Colonel Trevor Bowman, at his office at Defence Headquarters on February 7th. The captain was accompanied by the French military attaché. The French military vessel arrived in Port Georgetown this week for a 4-day visit. The vessel and its crew are guests of the Government of Ghana. The Ghana Defence Force Women's Army Corps celebrates 52 years. The occasion has been commemorated with a Thanksgiving service honoring the body of women. The service was held at the Auditorium Base Camp in Ghana and brought together ranks from all units across the force with special invitees, including female ranks of the sister services. Chief of Staff Brigadier Patrick West charged the body of women to make use of every opportunity to learn and reassure them of support from their male counterparts. This year's celebration are being held under the theme, Celebrating Our Women, Empowerment for Total National Defense. On the GPF's wanted list, Kelvin Shivgubin is wanted by the police for questioning in relation to murder committed on Hari Charan and Prem Charan Samaru on December 31, 2018. Anyone with information that may lead to the arrest of Kelvin Shivgubin is asked to contact the police on the telephone numbers on screen or the nearest police station. All information will be treated with the strictest confidence. And that's it for this week's Security Report. Goodbye.